Hello and welcome to the Lily Mercer Show. I'm here with Dash. Welcome.
What's good, Lily? I'm chilling, enjoying London.
I'm only 19, but my mind is older. When this shit get for real, my warm heart turn cold. Snuffer hits the rapper, knock the fucking chip off his shoulder. Later, I have his main bitch coming over. She rollin' weed before she do the dig. Studio with a jar of weed, trying to turn a couple raps into a couple hundred G's.
This is your first time in London as well. So, Is there anything surprising about the city? What have you learnt so far?
It's my first time in Europe, period, and I've been in Paris for the past few weeks. So it's like I've been getting to experience a little bit differently, and it's like y'all are a bit more diverse than New York, and it seems like people have integrated it more here than in New York, which is like, a very people stick together with their culture and their people, segregated heavily, and I don't feel that way about like here or Paris, for example, and these are the first two places I've been. But like London's beautiful. It rains, but I like the rain, so fuck it.
You've released 3 double A-side projects in the last year,
Yeah.
and it's kind of an interesting concept to do just 2 tracks with each release.
Right.
So how did you come up with the idea?
I have a friend named Sean O'Connell who I made a lot of my early music with, and he only makes rock and roll music. And we were having a discussion because like I'm pretty into a lot of classical stuff, like like the Doors and some Zeppelin. So we were having a discussion, and instead of releasing singles for their albums, they used to put out double A-side vinyls, where it would be an unreleased song on both sides, and they would put an artwork for it. And I thought it was a cool concept, and I wanted to make vinyl as well. So I chose 3 producers, you feel me, over like the course of 4 or 5 months who I really wanted to work with, and I felt like we made like a good body of work where both songs would be connected to each other. They would both have the same feel. So when I did 6 songs, I figured I'd put them all out, separately, 2 on each one, do an artwork, and then when we release the vinyl, we're gonna release them all 3 together.
And the producer's Mordecai Beats. Is that Sean?
Nah, Mordecai. My man
Mordecai.
Sean O'Connell. He's just a whole separate guy. My man Sean O'Connell. My producer Mordecai Beats. That's my man's Mordecai, man. Morty's a dude. I was living with him when I first moved to LA. He was a roommate of the dude who invited me to come stay. It was me, my man Morty, and Chuck English at the time. And he didn't really tell me he was making beats, because at first he had like a problem with me. He was like, yo, just coming here, smoking all this weed, sleeping on the fucking couch, being loud, like what the fuck is going on? But time passed, we smoked a good number of blunts together, and we built a good relationship. And he showed me that he was making music, and he had been making beats for like 5 or 6 years at the time, but he wasn't too into it. That wasn't what he was doing with his life. And he played me a couple things, and I was blown away by it. At the time, Reg had moved to LA as well, and we made La Cienega together in about like a week and a half. And from then on, it's just been on, like it's been like the in-house.
And do you ever get compared to like a famous hip-hop duo? Because I feel like in the 90s there were so many, and now it's like there aren't that many.
Well, a lot of people compare us to Mobb Deep. That's really the biggest one. But I would say that being from Jersey, you can't really compare us to anybody. Because being from across the bridge, we're at a bit of a disadvantage than everybody else in the country, because Jersey never really had their run other than like Naughty by Nature and Redman and a few other people. But I don't think the people who are from Jersey that are still in the rap game now represent it the way it needs to be represented. And they're not showing the side of it that needs to be shown. It's a different type of place. It's a different type of place, and us doing what we're doing, there's never been a duo out of Jersey to do what we're doing. So as much as they compare us to the Mobb Deeps or, to the Dipsets or, the Method Man and Redman, we're still us. It's Dash and Wretch. Fast Money H is global.
Being from Jersey, you guys, a lot of people I know don't know where you're from, because I think some people think you're from LA and others think you're from Jersey. So do you kind of feel that having like that kind of, I guess, cross appeal means that you kind of have a slightly more unique sound rather than being a local rapper?
Me traveling in the past like 3 to 4 years has definitely helped me make different types of music and gain different appreciation for it, like just between the funk and, the disco and a lot of the classical stuff, sitting down with producers like Alchemist and Party Supplies and Thelonious Martin, like I get to really get different, I get to get versatile sounds. I get to get a variety of how people hear their music and want it to be heard. You know, so me being in LA, I got to meet like kids like Vince Staples. I got to meet kids like Earl, you know what I mean, who are really setting the bar higher for what's going on with West Coast music. Me being from New Jersey, I've lived in New York for 3-4 years before, you know what I mean, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Manhattan, and I've got to be around, you know what I mean, the mob. I've got to be around dudes like the Flatbush Zombies, World's Fair, Bodega Bams, and it was showing me that there was a renaissance to music, you know what I mean? Like there was a change coming, because as much as people hate the repetitiveness that's going on, nobody's stopping it. And I feel like the new generation of artists is showing, no matter if you're from New York or you're from New Jersey or you're from Atlanta or Texas or California, what music is to you is what it's going to be. You know what I mean? I feel like the regional sound is lost.
Yeah, I know, I agree with you. And one of the first producers that you ever really worked with was the legendary Ski Beats. So
Yeah.
you've been quite lucky in some sense with your uncle being Dame
Right.
Dash. But I wanted to ask, did it actually, in a weird way, have the flip side reaction in which you saw how hard it is to get into the industry?
It's a double-sided sword, you know. At the time that I was working with Dame, I had just started to take rap seriously. Like, I was 17 years old. I was fresh out of high school. I wasn't too invested in music, you know. I was more invested in what I was gonna do with myself so that I could live the way I want to. And he had heard about it, and we hadn't talked for about 3 or 4 years at the time. He gave me a call, and I had went and sat down with him, with my brother Stevie and my brother Keefe, and he had told me, because Rockefeller was breaking up, and you know, he wasn't doing too much of music. He was into the fashion shit. He told me he couldn't really give me anything, but he could show me how to make this money if I was taking this music thing seriously. And you know, I followed him for a while, and I took a lot of opportunities he gave me, and it's what made me a better artist. You know what I mean? Like, it was situations where the business wasn't the best, but I learned from it. It was a learning experience. Me working with Ski, that had to happen, because he's known me since before I came out my mother, like literally. Like, you know what I mean, know my father. So when I see him for the first time in like 10, 11 years, he's looking at me like, oh shit, you got a mustache and you could rap? Like, what the fuck is going on? And we spent a lot of time together, and the more time we spent together, it was just naturally building more and more, you know what I mean, my style. I was finding myself as an artist with him. And you know what I mean, his skill set, like you said, it's legendary. So it was an advantage for me. You know what I mean? I'm more than appreciative that this shit happened. You know what I mean? Because if not, who was to say I would be sitting here with you right now?
That's true. So are you going to have another project coming this year, either solo or
Yes,
with Wretch?
I'm working on my next solo project, and me and Wretch are gonna have a collaborative project that is both coming. But my solo project's gonna be out probably this fall. I'm gonna announce the title sometime within the next month or two, but it's gonna be out by fall. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect.
That's good. Well, thank you very much for joining me on the Lily Mercer
Thank you,
Show.
thank you for having me, Lily. Anytime.
Other side like a glass door, but baby, this is what we asked for. This is what we asked for.